Hello guys, Straw Hat Brian back once again, here to give you guys my One Piece chapter 877 review. If you haven't read it yet, suggest you do it now because spoilers will be lurking in the video. Sorry if this video was coming to you a bit late. I've been sick for the past week. So without anything left to say, you guys, let's just get right into this chapter. So cover page, we always got to talk about the cover page. Cover page, we have Don Sai returning home to Kano Kuni and to find out that he is to be wed to a woman named Yuholisia who looks very ugly. I'm pulling for Baby 5. I'm hoping that somehow he annuls this wedding and that he goes and gets it on with Baby 5 because this girl looks like Big Mom at age 40, man. And I don't know what's Oda with older women once they reach a certain age, they just get very ugly. But Oda really likes drawing older women very ugly. Like, I don't know if anybody else notices that. I don't know if that's just me. But it's like at one point they're hot when they're young, and then when they're old, they're just like, they're hideous. Why, Oda? Why do you do that? I think that's Oda just trolling. I ain't even gonna lie. I think that's Oda just trolling. But I really want to see how the next few cover pages are gonna unfold. I can pretty much can see like this woman like freaking the fuck out on on Don Sai and like trying to like ring him by his neck because like he's just sitting there like committing these infidelities. I mean, he probably didn't really do anything, but I mean, like, it's the fact that I'm pretty sure he's an honorable man. So for an honorable man to do a dishonorable thing as to like promise to marry someone from a whole other country and then to return home and now you gotta tell your soon-to-be wife that, oh man. So to see how that's gonna unfold the next few chapters is gonna be really cool. But we're going to actually get into the actual chapter. And the first thing I want to talk about is how Sparrow and Dogtooth overwhelmed Brook and Chopper. They used power and numbers, so they didn't even really fight Brook and Chopper. I feel like if it was just Brook and Chopper versus Sparrow, Brook and Chopper would win. I feel like even if it was just Dogtooth and Sparrow, I feel like Sparrow and Dogtooth would have won. Because Dogtooth, he's strong. I feel like Dogtooth doesn't really need an army. I feel like he would use the army to tire out his enemies, as we saw in this chapter, what they did with Brook and Chopper. But I feel like Dogtooth is very capable. I feel like he's a very capable member of the Big Mom Pirates, and I feel like he doesn't really need a team. I feel like he doesn't need it. I feel like he'll utilize it to the best of his efforts, but I feel like he doesn't really need it. I kind of feel like he doesn't really need it. So I'm kind of interested to see Dogtooth and what he's going to be doing in the later chapters. But I'm going to move on to the next few pages and what happens in the story. We got to see Sparrow. He's like saying his perverted puns and all that, and basically he's basically telling Brook and Chopper like how he's gonna look them to death and it's interesting because I think Sparrow is a strong character, not even a strong character. I think he has a strong devil fruit, but I feel like what makes him weak is the fact that he's very cocky. Like he knows he has a strong devil fruit, and it only takes 3 minutes for him to actually kill people, like to turn people into candy statues, which is we see is about to happen to Brook and Chopper. But when I think about it, I'm like, man, like. 3 minutes, like you just gonna let once they turn the statues, like why don't you just kill them then? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or maybe there might be a drawback if he touches them, or maybe he can't touch them or something. I don't know, but I feel like the cockiness, and we do see that the cockiness is basically what leads, or probably is going to lead to Sparrow's downfall. So, I did like the fact that Sparrow stated that the Big Mom Pirates aren't that sweet. Again with the puns and everything. As a character, I feel like he's a very good, well thought out character. I feel like Oda really put time into Sparrow. I feel like Sparrow is definitely a hateable, sneaky, conniving character. He's very cocky again. So he is a character built for you to hate. And I feel like Oda did a very good job as making him a very hateable character. The next couple pages we see Big Mom arriving on the coast, or about to arrive on the coast. So Dogtooth is telling Sparrow, he's like, brother, something I might want to warn you. And then he's like, Sparrow's like, yeah, like I gotta get out of here because if Big Mom makes it here, I'm done for. And then and then Dogtooth is just chilling, sitting there laid back. He's like, man, we got bigger problems to worry about. You got the Straw Hats and Big Mom coming at us right now. So you got Big Mom on the coast. You got Big Mom on the coast. You got the Tark troops kind of starting to kind of now like make their way and surround the Thousand Sunny. And then you have Perisparrow off to the side, just basically being like cocky or whatever. So once Perisparrow and Dogtooth notice that the Straw Hats are coming, now they're just like, Dogtooth gives the order, and he tells the rest of the fodder of the Big Mom pirates, like, you guys got to get back in the mirror world because you're about to be at this man's feet. So he already kind of like foresaw Luffy using Conqueror's Haki. So I thought that was really cool. Oda is very much like showcasing like why Dogtooth is such a likable character, why Dogtooth is such a great character. It's just because like he's cool, he's calm, he's collected, and he's just always ready. And then when he says something, it happens. Like when he says like do this or you are to do this, he has authority. Like people are like, yeah, you're right, I'm gonna just do it. I ain't even gonna argue. And I thought that was really cool. And I thought it was really cool that like, Perisparrow, like we saw him do like kind of like I guess what would be his signature technique. So he does his Candy Maiden, which is this really big Iron Maiden but made of candy. And then Jinbei is trying to tell everybody, like, don't fight it, just go around it. And Luffy's like, nah, we going straight through. So Luffy Red Hawks that motherfucking Candy Maiden, and that was when that gets animated, that is going to be epic. Like I think that was probably an epic part of this chapter, just to really see Luffy bring back an old move that we haven't really seen. I don't remember. I think the last time we saw a Red Hawk was probably Fishman Island, if I'm not mistaken, or Punk Hazard. Like I've not seen Luffy use Red Hawk in a long time, so I think that was really cool. And I did like the fact that after Luffy punched through the Candy Maiden, you had Dogtooth already prepared, like throwing his mochi fist, meeting Luffy's fist. Now I'm wondering if that moment is going to be like a Conqueror's Haki moment, like how Don Chinjao and Luffy, when their fists collided, you got to see a display of Conqueror's Haki. So if that happens, yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be top-notch animation on that part. Next thing I want to talk about is I want to give maybe a little discussion, a little small theory, because when you see like Dogtooth and Luffy, you kind of see like there's like a little bit of a chemistry between the two characters. You kind of see that like they have very different attitudes. They're very different character motifs currently. I mean, I don't really know what is going to be Dogtooth's full motifs throughout the story. But when you see Luffy's brash, brave, and natural instincts. In comparison to Dogtooth is calculating, strategic, and he's very cunning. So, and he's cool, calm, and collected. He's everything that Luffy isn't. So what I'm thinking is maybe Dogtooth, and later on in the story, is going to have a role. It might not be really in this chapter, maybe this arc, excuse me. It might be in arcs to come. But I think Dogtooth might help Luffy grow. I think he might be a 1v1 Luffy battle where after fighting Luffy, he will gain Luffy's respect. Because I feel like Luffy fought a couple of characters that we saw Luffy grow, and then we actually saw where Luffy felt like he needed to grow. So we all know the biggest example was when the Straw Hats fought Kuma, and then Luffy realized he needed to grow in strength. We saw in Marineford also just the whole thing. We saw that after Luffy realized where his level was, he realized he wasn't strong enough to take on the big fish in the sea. So what I'm thinking Dogtooth might be, he might be like an Eneru. You know how Luffy fought Eneru. We saw growth in Luffy as a character. When Luffy fought Bellamy, we saw growth in Luffy as a character. When Luffy fought Crocodile, we saw growth in Luffy as a character. And that doesn't really happen with all the characters Luffy comes across and happens to do battle with. But I feel like certain ones, you kind of notice like Luffy's like significantly growing, or he just has growth. Like somehow growth happens in that arc or those chapters or in those battles. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe Dogtooth is really going to just be like another stepping stone for Luffy to achieve like another higher level. Like we saw when Luffy fought Rob Lucci for the first time. That was like a stepping stone, and Luffy created Gear 2 and Gear 3. So, you know, like, Dogtooth is probably going to be that. Dogtooth is going to be the character who's going to have Luffy start maybe utilizing his brain more and maybe try to come up with a new technique or something. So that's what I'm thinking. And another thing is, like, when we actually see Luffy use his Hawk Gatling gun against against Katakuri, Dogtooth, you actually see, Dogtooth like takes the hits, and he kind of like looks like a Logia. But then like what I feel like he is, I think he might be an awakened Paramecia user. So hear me out. Remember when Luffy tried to use Aramint Haki, and when he fought Trouble and he couldn't hit him, but it took for a sword to cut Trouble in like a specific small area for Trouble to actually receive damage. I'm thinking it might be the same thing. I'm thinking not Paraspell. Sorry guys, keep mentioning the wrong character. I'm thinking Dogtooth might be awakened to the point where he can become intangible for short periods of time. So where Boshiko no Haki isn't going to work. So what I think is maybe you might need to utilize water. Might be where Jinbei comes in. Utilize water to basically kind of solidify him, and then you can maybe damage Katakuri from there. So Katakuri might be a combination between Crocodile and Mr. 3, like a combination of those two powers just like mashed together. That's how I feel. Now what could that mean for Luffy? Potentially, as if Luffy ever awakens his Devil Fruit. Now imagine if Luffy can become intangible too, where Luffy can't receive damage from Aramint Haki whatsoever. Like that would be amazing. Or to see Luffy be able to rubber split himself into a secondary Luffy. So imagine 2 Gear 4 Luffys coming at you at the same time. Like, that would be freaking epic, dude. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. And then the final pages of the chapter, we actually got to see Pedro. Pedro's talking to Carrot, basically telling Carrot, I believe the Straw Hats are going to be the ones to usher in this new age, this new era. And dude just goes off and he pulls a Pell, and dude just... He attacks Perospero, and then, Perospero, parries his attack or whatever, and then you have Pedro on the floor, and then Pedro just like opens his cloak, and this dude got a bomb strapped to him, dog, and he just takes his cigarette, lights the fuse, and just, oh my god, and you just see the huge explosion with a huge blast radius. And I'm wondering, is Pedro gonna die? Is Oda gonna pull a Pell, and then once this arc is done, then we see like, oh, Pedro's alive. And man, like, I'm hoping Oda doesn't do that, because I would really like Pedro to die. I want him to remain dead, because then this opens up for Carrot to really become a prominent member for the Straw Hats. Because of everything that he said, he told Carrot, like, make sure that they are the ones to usher in the new age. Like, make sure that they don't die here. That was Pedro's last words to Carrot. So, I'm praying with an epic speech like that and with an epic way to go, please, man, please do not let Pedro live, Oda. Please, because that... Like, don't build up these crazy moments, these tear-jerker moments, and then you just take it away from us. Don't do that, Oda. Yeah. I think I'm going to rate this chapter a 2.5 out of 5. It was pretty good. I think this chapter was pretty good. The Red Hawk is definitely what saved it. The Red Hawk, the Candy Maiden, and then not Perospero, again. And then Dogtooth being the staple member of the Big Mom Pirates as he is and doing his thing. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That was my review of One Piece Chapter 877. Hope you guys all have a good day. Straw Hat Brian, signing out.